Locked up, they won't let me out.
Hiya, welcome back to the channel. So, there we have a Merc, and it is a W204, and it has got an issue with the steering lock. So the steering lock got stuck on, and then luckily managed to get the steering lock off, and my dad did, just by doing this, and then whilst turning the key, sort of rocking this against the steering lock just to shock it, because inside it, the steering lock motor, which seems to be a common issue on these, it has a little tiny motor which looks like it's off a Scale Electrics, and it's a brushed motor. So either the brushes had a bad connection, or the actual connectors to the motor had a bad connection, but shocking it, got it to work. And now, instead of being stuck on, I think it's stuck off, which makes it a lot easier to take the unit out. So anyway, that's what this video is. Hopefully I'm going to be fixing that shitter today. And I'm going to be working down here. So the first thing I need to do is send the seat all the way back to give myself as much room as possible. And now with that all the way back, I can uncomfortably fit under here, and I need to take this off. So first I need to take these out. There's 3 of them, T20s, all across the front. And with those removed, this should just carefully pull out. There is a plug on the back of there and a plug on the back of there which need removing. That's one. Oh, there's the bonnet catch as well. That is the other one of them, which is not coming out as desired. Yes. And the bonnet catch, there is a Phillips which is just somewhere around there. There it is. And I would recommend to take that out before pulling that down. But with that screw removed, we can see that there's a tab at the back of it, and then that can actually just be manipulated to fit really easily, as you can see. Some back through that hole, basically. Yes. And so, now we have that out of the way, we can comfortably make our way underneath here, and we can see this unit here. Now, what we want to take off is actually above that. So I'll try and point it out a little bit better. And so this might be a bit awkward to show because it's a bit cramped, but behind these, behind this, if you look where my hand's pointing, so if I go in from this side, there is a 13mm nut which we need to remove. Now, I don't think it's going to fit out until I drop this down, which has got 4 E12. I don't think we have to take them ones, I don't think I have to take them out all the way, but we have to drop it down, I think. And also, if your steering lock's stuck on, this 13mm bolt, which you can't actually see, try and get you a view of it, but there, that 13mm there, the stud locks into place with the steering lock. So if the steering lock's on, you can't push the stud out to actually get it out. But let's see what happens when I take that 13 off. And before undoing that, I'm gonna undo these, which are actually E12s, I think they are, but a 10mm hex will fit if you can't bother go and get your E12 socket. So I'm gonna take these 2 out because I'm pretty sure that it's sandwiched and it's not going to come out anyway. So I'll come back when I've done that. And so I've removed them 2, which has obviously done nothing because there are 2 more. Now I'm just going to not pull them out all the way, but pull them out most of the way to free this whole unit off so I can get on with struggling with it. And so now we've got them 2 removed and them 2 loosened off. We can in fact move it quite a lot, and I can get to, I showed you where this nut is, but it's awkward to show. It's on the back of this. It's not showing anything, is it? What a waste of time. But this hopefully gives you an idea of the angle where it is by where the ratchet's pointing to. And then with that removed nice and carefully, we should be able to push the stud Yeah, which we can because the steering lock's not on. So we should be able to push the stud through the hole with our finger. This is really uncomfortable as fuck. And then get this unit out, which is not working as I hoped, really. This is loads of fun. Something, yes. And that is the piece of shit that we've been struggling with. Obviously we need to unplug that. And that is it. And now we have got it off, I'm hoping that I can repair it. So I'll just go through what actually happens with these. So, this is an electronic steering lock. It's got a little motor inside it, which you'll see in a minute. And the motor is a little brushed motor, like I said, out of a Skeletrix or something. And it goes through some gears, fucks about. It's paired to the immobiliser, so you can't just like unplug it or whatever. When it fucks up, or if the steering lock's engaged, you're turning this on and the dash looks like that. It does absolutely nothing, which is what it did through a fault code for this unit. So anyway, you put the steering lock on, or you turn the car off with the steering on full lock against a curb or something, so it's loaded it up. And then the motor tries to pull this out, which then overloads it or puts extra load on it than what it's expecting or what it's used to. It's already tired because it's old, and then the motor gives up. And it seems to be a bit of a common issue on them. So anyway, like I said, I've got a new motor for it, so let's go and try and repair the piece of shit. Which means I need to take it apart, and to do that I need to remove there's 4 of these little pins, like tamper-proof pins, because this is, after all, part of the anti-theft mechanism. So I need to take them out, and what I've done is I've actually tapped in a T6 torque bit into here, and then basically if I just rock it backwards and forwards and put a little bit of tension on it, yes, it didn't work as anticipated, but as you can see, it has started to come out. It's a slow process, but yeah, now I can pull that out with a pair of these. And that is one out. Now I'm going to have to do the same for the other 3, which I'm not going to film because it's just the same. Which I've in fact now done. They're all removed, and I can lift this lid up, which means I need to gently just pull it up nice and vertically. And then when I do so, there is a pin and a spring on it. So now that's off there, and we can see the motor, which we need to get to. I need to pull this off, which is got a Torx bit on it there, and I think that's all that's holding it on actually by the looks of it, so I'll take that out. And that is a T10, so let's get that shit out of the way. And then with that out, I should be able to lift this off here, and then it'll just spring out, everything will fall out everywhere. It's something like that. Now what I need to be really careful of is if we look at this here, that's just a thing that holds the motor in. Look at this here, that needs to not move. We've got 2 limit switches on the back of there, and if the wrong one of them has been touched by it than what it thinks it should be, then it'll cause it to fuck up, I think. So let's just put that down, pull this motor off here. There's 2 prongs which it sits on. If you look at there, it's got 2 prongs which just go into the back of it, and that just pulls off there. Make sure that this is all clean. It looks pretty good actually. If it wasn't, you could just polish it with a bit of Autosol. And then the new motor, there's little bits there, like little slots that pushes into, so that pushes into there, something like that, and then we drop it back in. Oh, by the way, in case you was wondering, this is the stud. You can't see it, but I don't want to turn it upside down, but that's the stud. And when this pin moves across, it blocks it from coming out to make it so you can't undo it and take it off the car when it's locked, just to make it more fun. So anyway, I'm going to put this back on here. It looks all pretty good. The teeth on the cog don't look like they're fucked or anything like that. So let's just put this back on. Make sure that little plastic bit is lined up. And as you can see, it is Nice and simple, really nice and simple. It's all going back together as it should do. Yeah, because mine is fully off. If we look here, I can't push that down because it's getting caught on this limit switch here, so I need to push that one in. Just like that. And then now, I need to put this back in and then just reassemble it all, and it should work. And so as you can see now, I've put that back in to put that back on there. I need to put this back in. It's got a spring which goes through that hole, and then that post goes through that hole. And then I should just be able to put these pins back in just where they come from. So I need to push them back into there, which is self-explanatory, and then I can put this back on the car. Well, it's apart, just have a quick look at it, make sure there's no burnt connections or anything like that. This one looked all right, so fuck it, we'll just see what happens. And just like that, it's all back together and ready to refit. Now what you should do at this point is really, you should plug it in and make sure it works before manipulating it into place and everything like that. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put it all back together, and then when it doesn't work, just get a massive erection about it. So let's do that. And installing it is just a reversal of removing it, which I've already badly filmed. So there's no point in badly filming installing it. So I will come back when I've done that.
I'ma just do it.
Before putting it in, I did think it was probably a better idea to see if it does actually work. So now, if I take the key out, you can see that it does actually work, which is really boring. And when I put the key back in, it still works. I'll just demonstrate what happens as well. So this, you've got to push this out to take it out, right? When you set the key out, and then when you're doing that, you can't, that locks it, so you can't. So now I'm installing it, I'm gonna have to leave the key in. Right, I'm gonna get under there, struggle, swear a bit, and do a bit of that. And then when I've done that, I will come back. And there we are, all back together, and we can see that it's working as it should work. Yes. And so yeah, that is us done. Like I said before about the actual steering lock, if it's in a locked position, you've got to piss about to take it off. But if it is in a locked position, then if you keep on putting the key in and then knocking around the lock, the chances are there's a chance that by doing that, the brushes in the motor board that's knackered. I mean, if you think about a stuck starter motor, how do you get it to work? You whip it with a fucking hammer, don't you? You're doing the same thing. So doing that will hopefully release the lock, and then you can get it off, which is still a ball ache, especially if you're fat and you've got to get under there. Anyway, I think that's all for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual shit, and I will see you next time.